So, good evening, everyone, and welcome to this gift call on a very interesting topic, the true purpose of relationships. So, as human beings, we are born with some blood relationships which we cannot avoid. We are born to a set of parents, and we have siblings, and we have grandparents, and the extended relatives that we have, and then we build certain relationships like our friendships, the person we marry, our intimate relationships, or we different our colleagues and everything. So everyone who comes into our life, we get related to them in some manner. So what do you think is the purpose of relationship? What does relationship offer to us? So many of our pains in life, many of our disappointments, our hurts are also related to relationships. When our expectations are not met, or abuse that we face in a relationship, so all of that is uh, part and parcel of the relationships that we have in this lifetime with people around us. Like, it is also believed that whoever shows up in your life, you have been connected to them in some lifetime, in some manner, and therefore they have shown up. Now, but then, what is your understanding of the purpose of relationship? You could, or if you don't want to talk about the purpose, your experiences with relationships, what are your thoughts about relationships? How do you view relationships? Are they fun to have? Do you enjoy? Are they nurturing? Are they caring? Or you have been always struggling, and just you feel that you would either want to run away from all kind of relationships, or you would like to invite people who would be more generous, more caring, more loving in relationship? Whatever your thoughts are about relationship. So over to you, whoever wants to go first. No thoughts, no sharing, or do you want to keep it secret to yourself, not sharing, not talking about it, or never thought about it?
Tasneem, can you repeat that? I didn't get the gist of the question.
Do you have relationships, Vandana?
Yes,
Some kind of
yes,
relationships?
yes.
What do you feel? What do you think about those relationships? Are you happy in those relationships? Do you like those relationships? Or do you want to run away from them? Or do you want to change them? What is your experience with your relationships in general, overall?
I would say the word khichatani, like sometimes up and down, sometimes good, sometimes the person behaves in a way that one is not, doesn't feel honored.
Okay, and in your spiritual journey, or whatever it is, in whatever way this life has been designed on the planet Earth, have you ever given it a thought that what might have been the purpose of a relation of having relationships?
Yes.
Okay, so what could be a probable reason for a relationship, that you think that's why we are born with some kind of relationships, and we build relationships. People show up in certain relationships to us. So what could be the possible reason? What are your thoughts?
It's, I think they acted like a mirror to us sometimes. They show us sometimes. what we see in the other person is what I am doing myself. Sometimes what I see in the other person is like if somebody is over aggressive, I realize that I am being too mild and being dominated. So it just depends. I'm being a doormat. It depends. Each relationship brings its own lesson, I guess, its own learning,
Yeah,
growth.
very true. So the purpose of relationship is spiritual growth and healing.
Yes.
Yeah, so spot on. Yeah, yeah. But then, like, how many times are we able to remember that? Like, when we are feeling that hurt, how many times are we able to remember that it's uh, it's not the other person to be blamed? How many times are we able to get out of our judgments of them and then step into that true understanding that the other person is reflecting, they are just mirroring what is going on inside me, and it is an invitation to heal and change something within me.
So initially one is in a reactive mode, but one starts building the muscle. Like over time, I have built the muscle. Like with my mother-in-law, for instance, I realized this is who she is. It's not me personally that she's attacking or behaving in a certain way. She's overcritical. She's like that with everybody. It's just that because she's the mother-in-law, I'm taking it like triple the amount. You
Hmm.
know, like it's a triple dose for me or quadruple or whatever. So it's, I think we sort of initially, I think as human beings, we are in that phase where इसने मुझे ऐसे to mind everything, to feel hurt about everything, to judge everything. But as the muscle keeps growing, you may react initially mentally. You learn not to react verbally. You react maybe mentally, emotionally, and then you just pull back and you say, okay. So this is the energy. This is what I how I need to deal with this situation. What can
Very
I
true.
do?
Very true, Vandana. So you have learned over the time. You have to learn to accept her as she is without having to react to what she is. Like that, it's her own. And also, can you you might be able to see a step beyond that to understand that there was a reason why you chose her to be your mother-in-law.
Absolutely.
Not
But you
by
see,
accident that she is your mother-in-law. It's by design. It's by
yeah.
choice.
So, sometimes with family and all, I find that it is something, it is not a choice. We've got these people in our life, right? And we have to learn to adjust with them. But when we take on certain people like a husband or friends, when they behave, it becomes doubly hurtful because we have made the choice to bring them into our life. And then when they behave in a certain way, that becomes even worse because now we are confronted with our choice.
Hmm. But then,
So
was
it's
that choice made cognitively in this when you were in the human body, or was that a choice made sometime else for some learning? Is another question to ask.
yeah, well, one doesn't know that. From one's studies, one knows that these relationships have come for a reason, and for a season maybe, and not to hold on to any grudges or judgments because that's just spoiling. That person has done or said whatever they did, and that's it, end of story for them. And also, to be more aware that what are we doing to invite that behavior.
Very true. Yes. So, Vandana, you have done a lot of work, healing work on yourself. You have been through some kind of probably shadow work also, and you
Yeah,
understand the concept of mirroring and how you project,
yeah.
projection and reflection. And there might be others who might not be aware. So, I would like to also hear from others what is their understanding. You are at a very fairly good place to carry on that conversation to another level because there is something more than what you are talking about. So definitely there is something for you as well that I want to talk about in this call. And I would also like to hear from others that where they are in their understanding of relationships. Thank you, Vandana, for sharing your experience, because I'm sure others uh, might also have got an insight of what is talking about the purpose of relationship. So J- Jayaji, I'm on full volume and I think others are able to hear me properly.
Little lesser for me, so I thought of suggesting. But it's if it's 100%, it's okay. Tasneem
Yeah,
ji.
it must be something at your end. Can you please increase your volume?
I did that
Yeah.
already. Yeah, thank you. Whatever it is, it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So,
Continue, please
Jaya, would
continue.
you like to talk about like what is your understanding about the purpose of relationships, or anyone else who has something? I don't know, Jaya, when did you join, and were you able to hear everything that Vandana talked about relationship? And if you have something different, something additional to share, or something different.
Additionally, I have not heard anything as yet.
Okay.
Just joined, and for me, relationships are we are here to like harmonious. I feel so. It should be everything. Whether we lack in certain relationship, but we have to achieve that so that we achieve a harmony and understanding with each other in this lifetime.
Yeah, the ultimate aim is to have oneness and harmony with everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, with everything and everyone, our relationship would with everyone would be that where we don't see a separation for them from
Hmm.
them, like we are them and they are us. But then,
Hmm.
are we there yet? And how what is stopping us from enjoying that kind of harmony is what we would like to talk about. So, where are you? And how much of it, that harmony has been achieved, and what is the purpose? Why do we have this something called relationships at all? Yeah, so what is the purpose is what we are talking about actually. Any other thoughts, any other mm, insights that is coming up in anyone's universe before I say something, I share some. So, are we all on the same page on what Vandana shared, or I would just summarize it in probably in some different terms also, that the basic purpose of all relationships, and probably like I would rather say the only purpose of relationships, is to heal. And what is healing? Healing is to become one with the whole, that we are not separate, is to end that separation, and to experience that oneness with the divine and with everyone around us. Yeah. And the relationships give us the opportunity to experience emotions. So, all the emotions, like we have one of the primary reasons we chose embodiment, we chose our soul, uh, chose to come into a body, was to experience emotions, because emotions are some guidance systems, and they help us realize things faster. And also, by accepting those emotions, by feeling those feelings, and by getting like past our emotions, is a crucial step. It makes our growth, spiritual growth, our evolution much faster, and therefore we chose to come into the body. That is an assumption for sure, but then that is what many of the spiritual beliefs and religions think is the way this universe works, this whole our incarnation on the earth plane, and how we experience life works. So Do we all on the conceptual level agree? Does anyone have a difference in point of view about this? That we are here for our spiritual evolution, we are here to heal ourselves, and the purpose is to experience that oneness. And the even it is said in the course, in the what is it? Course in Miracles, it is also said, like it's derived from the Bible, and many of, like in many, like I have heard about it in like it's in Vedas and Islam as well, that uh, heaven is not a place or an experience. It's that thing when you have that oneness within your relationships, that is what heaven is, that is where heaven is. So the and then what do relationships offer us? So we are here to heal some parts of us. We have come here already. When we were born, there was a set of, from on the base of our past lives, or whatever you call it, in because our soul is eternal, whatever form it was, it has come with some amount of guilt, some things that we think that we are not as good as the divine, we are not perfect, we are not in the face of the divine, there are faults in us that need to be corrected. Yeah, so we come with a guilt, and then as we are conditioned, as we are in the womb, and then we grow up, we build up upon that guilt. Because that guilt is there, already there, we attract more of circumstances, those situations, those people in our life, which give us more of that experience, which whatever we feel we are guilty of. Vandana, does that sink into your understanding? Yeah. So
Yes.
then it builds up. It till it comes to a point. It becomes so much, that guilt becomes so much that it becomes unbearable. But what we do is, whatever it is, like say you judge yourself, for example, many of us judge ourselves that I have uncontrollable anger. I'm not able to manage my anger. A simple example that many people feel. Yeah, so we would create all those circumstances which would make us feel irritated, angry, all of those things, which would put us in fear as well. So it would give us those experiences. And but then we don't want to uh, experience them. At times we don't want to express them. Yeah, so we suppress them. At times even it becomes so much that we repress them. So repression is where you put it so much deep inside yourself that you lose conscious memory of that incident, as something happened in your childhood, but then you have no conscious memory at all of what of that happening. Yeah, so you repress it. It's also a defense mechanism. Now there are two forces at play. One is that higher self, or the spiritual intelligence, which is guiding us towards healing and oneness. And then there is another force. Can anyone guess what is that other force? Which wants us to keep separated, which says that no, you have to fear. People may attack you. You have to keep yourself separate and safe. What is that other force called? Any guesses? We all have it. Ego. Our ego keeps saying, don't go there. Don't trust that person blindly. They would again hurt you. Yeah? Be careful. Don't it would stop you. So there are two different pulls that are going on. One is that ego trying to separate us, and the spiritual intelligence trying to heal us, driving us towards that oneness. Now, because of that ego, what we do is, that guilt that we have been accumulating, we have come with some small amount of guilt, then we attract more, and we become like that self hatred, that guilt becomes so larger that we are not able to, like, we just want to get rid of it. It's so much inside us, a shadow. Yeah, that becomes so unbearable that what we try to do then is to project it on others. I can't handle it in me, I don't want to see it in me, but then what I will do it, I'll put it in a relationship, whoever comes too near to me, especially in close relationships. What we do is, now they don't know too much about me, they are like me, I'll project all that I hate in me on them. I'll judge them for that, and then I will feel some good for certain amount of time. It's difficult to digest, but then that's what is happening. Is any, like, are you able to get that point? Projection. In in truth, all of us are assumed to be made in the face of the divine. We are all different, but we are all perfect. We may be different, but we are all perfect. There is no flaw in any one of us. But then, because of that guilt, we project it on others, we judge them for what we judge in ourselves. So, whatever we don't like, we hate in others, we despise in others, we criticize in others, actually, it is repressed in us too, which we are very harshly criticizing in ourselves. But when we learn to love ourselves unconditionally, when we see ourselves that we are nothing but the divine living through us, here expressing through us, and so is the other one, there is no separation. Easier said than done. Suraj, when we experience, yes, you are saying, when we experience divine within us, we are no more attached to material things. Actually, we are no more attached to anything. We may be like totally, we may experience detachment. We know that nothing is permanent, there is nothing to lose. Its appearance is materialistic things, and other things is like they just change forms. Everything is energetic. It can come and go, and we can manifest it whenever we require, is my understanding, Suraj. Yeah.
So Tasneem ji, uh, means what you have said so far, basically, what I understood is the actual purpose of relationship is basically to heal ourselves. Means what we attract or invite basically the bad or tough or challenging relationships in our life, basically to feel some certain aspect of us, and that help those relationships help us in healing and finding us the whole that we are beneath all those things.
Yes,
But
yes, Sachin. Because we need someone to reflect what we have to heal in ourselves. But this doesn't come initially. Only when you are awakened. When you come to that point in your life where you can develop that understanding, you are ready to see a different perspective on the relationships. Before that, you would keep judging them, and you would see yourself as a victim of the situation. Yes, Sachin. Yeah. So it would not be from the right from the beginning. It's only when that awakening has happened. Only then would you be able to accept it? Would you be able to digest it? And would you be willing to work on it? Yeah, Sachin, please carry on. Yeah.
Yeah, so this part, the healing purpose of relationship, I understand in terms of challenging relationship, but there are also nurturing relationships in our life,
Yeah.
okay, which are basically very loving, kind, and
Yeah.
nurturing for us, and
They are also
definitely,
your mirrors. Whatever is you see in others, you would be able to see it only when it is in you.
so my question was basically means those nurturing relationships means what is their purpose in our spiritual evolution?
To see what is the truth of us also. That we are that nurturance. The divine is that nurturing. How does that oneness feel? That love feels.
So basically, just to experience those which we call positive emotions uh,
Hmm.
as well.
Yes. And then there are difficult people in our lives which are actually our teachers. So when we are here to learn and evolve, we do need teachers, right?
Yes.
We need teachers. And these people who are posing like Vandana's mother-in-law, she, like, when you start seeing them as your healing, like the teachers, your healing angels, the teachers who have taken on a difficult role to be the mirror of your shadow, which you don't want to see in yourself, which you have so much despised and repressed that you don't even remember, you don't want to, uh, uh, you have forgotten about it. But then in order to heal and to be one with the whole, you need to see it. So you won't be able to see it in yourself, but you can see it on in others. Let me finish with Sachin. I'll come to then Vandana. I'll come to you. Let me finish if Sachin has anything more to share on that.
Yeah. So means what we can do basically to consciously invite more nurturing, kind, and caring relationships in our space.
Be give what you want to receive from others. Be that nurturing and caring person to others. Even when you stop judging people. Yeah. So they stop, like, instead of judging them, just just be send more love and blessings to them, and see that yes, they are my healing angels. That even the difficult people who come into your life at the level of the soul, they love you even more than the people who are seemingly loving and nurturing to you, because they have taken up a difficult challenge of playing like that role in which you may even hate them. But at the soul level, there is nothing but love.
Okay. Thank you.
Does that answer? Are you able to digest it?
Yeah. Means it's a like vast topic and a little complex
Fast
also, but
topic.
I can.
It's yeah. Some of the people on this call, they have experienced radical forgiveness. So it gives a step-by-step process to understand in a relationship what are they trying to show me. Is that there in me to be healed that this person is trying to show me. So before that, it appears as just a concept, Sachin, and we just wonder that yes, this person is a teacher to me. They are trying to show me something, but then what is it that I need to see and change? Yeah. So then that gives more pointers. That methodology gives more pointers of those things that we need to heal within ourselves, the negative beliefs that we have about ourselves, what we are judging in us. Yeah. And then I would just, like, before like progressing with our discussion, I'll just like to read this small paragraph from the Course in Miracles. Yeah. It's titled as The Holy Encounter. When you meet anyone, remember it is a holy encounter. So it's not by chance that you have stumbled into someone. It's not just a coincidence, it's a coordinated incident that someone has shown up in your life. So when you encounter someone, when you meet anyone, remember it is a holy encounter. As you see him, you will see yourself. As you treat him, you will treat yourself. As you think of him, you will think of yourself. Never forget this, for in him you will find yourself or lose yourself. Yes, Vandana.
So, Tasneem, what I was going to say was that when you talk about these aspects we see in somebody else, which are there in us and suppressed, and which we don't want to
Or
accept.
even repressed. Suppressed, like just want to make a small distinction between suppression and repression. Suppression is by things which we don't want to see, but we know it. Yeah, like I know that I feel anger. I get angry when something, when someone lies to me, say when I have caught someone lying red-handedly in front of me. It's like it's lie. I know it. I just get angry that why are you lying? Yeah, and then that anger, but then I don't want to. I feel that expressing that anger at this point of time may just ruin the relationship, or it may spoil that business deal, or it may put me in some a very difficult situation. So I don't express my anger, I suppress it. That is also called anger management or controlling your anger. That is suppression. You know you are angry, but then you are not suppressing it. Repressed is which you have when you have buried so deep that you have, in order to when you meet like say you as a child, when you were say 1 year old, you went through a sexual abuse. You experienced all of it. That child, that 1 year old baby was aware of everything that was happening, but then the defense mechanism for that baby or someone like so vulnerable and not able to handle that trauma would be to repress it, to forget about it, never talk about it, just repress it. So repression is when it is not in your conscious mind anymore. It has gone into your archive. You have archived it.
So my question here is that this could be repressed over lifetimes.
Yes.
Not necessary
Repression
that
could
when you're
be
a child.
lifetime, or it could be from many lifetimes. Yes.
So not necessarily it's a childhood memory. It could also be something maybe
Of course. Yeah.
an abuse in a last lifetime or whatever.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
So that's all I wanted to.
Yes. Yes. It's not just from this lifetime. It could be from previous lifetimes also. Very true, Vandana. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So when we come, we already we have come with some pre-programming, some memories. So our computer bank already has already something running over there. Yeah.
yeah. And that is why soul contracts also come in.
Yeah.
When you say that, okay, this is what aspect of my personality, or these are the few aspects of my life experiences I want to work on, and therefore you do a contract with the other person who could be a very close friend, but in this lifetime they've taken on the role of your enemy.
Of course, that's all done in the pre-birth planning. The
Yeah,
soul
so
contracts.
very often, when we talk about karma, and we have come to this thing of karma, it's not really that. It's just the soul wanting to grow.
Of course.
You know,
So
it's
karma can like Ideally, karma should not be seen as a punishment, but as a curriculum for growth.
Right.
Yeah. And relationships are formed also in, therefore, I said that when we make a choice, when you said that some choices, like your partner, yeah,
Yeah.
that the person you marry or someone like that you make in this lifetime, but then that are also many a times, most of the times we would say, are also done in the pre-birth planning itself.
Right. Right.
You make those contracts that this person would show up into your life, and you would have those experiences with them. Now, the funny part is that many people would think that everything is then destiny. It's written, it's already written, it's there that this would happen. Then mm, what is in my hand? Why do we say there is a free will? Where does that free will act actually? So it's our choice whether to learn from that first relationship that is trying to show us that lesson. But if we don't learn from that relationship, and if that relationship ends, or something, we get away from that, someone else would show up. So there is a choice. We have a choice whether we learn from that first incident or some the series of incidents. We How soon we awaken and learn our lessons is our choice. That is where our free will lies. So there are certain things that are governed through our pre-birth planning and our soul contracts that we have made before we took birth, but then still there is so much that is in our control, in our free will, by the choices that we make here now. And whether we take our lessons, uh, we step into a different, like we change our perspective about people, about the situations, and we move, whether we heal and move into oneness. If we don't, the situations would worsen. It would come with more intensity, it would be magnified. Make sense?
I have experienced that in my life, and I hope I have cleared it now. Sometimes I feel, oh my God, I hope I've cleared it, That what you're saying, it keeps coming back, the same.
It's because then you have repetitive patterns.
Yeah.
They may come in different kinds of relationships, as one of the parents, then as a lover, then, or maybe a sibling, a friend, a colleague, a partner, then children. So it would keep coming back to you, giving you the same experience, the same kind of feelings of, say, rejection, or being like, making you feel as a doormat. Everyone would make you feel as a doormat, not value you just because you are not valuing yourself. Yeah, you don't love yourself, you hate yourself, so everyone would also show you that they hate you.
Or we will perceive that that's how they, but actually maybe they don't mean to, but because we don't love ourselves, we are perceiving that they are devaluing us.
Yes. uh, I'll read another paragraph from this book, Return to Love. Heaven, according to the Course in Miracles, is neither a condition nor a place, but rather the awareness of perfect oneness. Since the Father and the Son are one, then to love one is to love the other. The love of God is not outside us. There is a line in a song from the play Les Miserables that says to love another person is to see the face of God. So when you see the divine in every person whom you meet, then that is what love is. The face of Christ is the innocence and love behind the masks we all wear. And seeing that face, touching it, and loving it in ourselves and others is the experience of God. It is our divine humanness, it is the high we all seek. So I was talking to one of my friends who likes to enjoy this the experience of like drinking alcohol or the spirit on the weekends, and he says that that spirit and the spirit, the spirituality you talk about, it feels the same to me, it gives me the same high. Yeah, that the spirit. Yeah, so I was also so intrigued that that's why do they call it the spirit. Yeah. So it can give you that high when you feel that love and oneness with another, it can give you that same high. Do you want me to read some more? It's two more paragraphs which I just like, one more paragraph actually which I loved. In every relationship, in every moment, we teach either love or fear. I'll read that again. In every relationship, in every moment, we teach either love or fear. To teach is to demonstrate. So we demonstrate either love or fear. As we demonstrate love towards others, we learn that we are lovable. That means we attract love. We are lovable, we attract love, and we learn how to love more deeply. Sachin, probably this would even answer your question, how to attract more people with more of that loving, nurturing energies. So, as we demonstrate fear or negativity, we learn self condemnation and we learn to feel more frightened of life. We will always learn what we have chosen to teach. We ideas leave not their source, which is why we are always a part of God and why our ideas are always a part of us. If I choose to bless another person, I will always end up feeling more blessed. If I project guilt onto another person, I will always end up feeling more guilt. So when we judge others, we are actually projecting guilt on them. We are making them feel guilty. That you are so wrong. You are so bad. You are so vicious. You are so evil. You are so unconscious. Yeah. So when we think or say those things to others, we are projecting guilt towards them, and then we end up feeling more guilty about ourselves. Yes, one.
Hi, I just wanted to know how do you know that this is from guilt or this is from more of fear or judgment, or it is from your value system? Because certain things are, like a value system, and you cannot keep compromising your own value system just because you don't want to put them in a place where they are actually thinking consciously that this is actually not right thing to do. Like, just giving an example, someone shoplifting, I
Hmm.
don't think it is right, and you would want the person to know that it is not right. So then how do you, and that will be something which
Very,
will
very
make the
good
person guilty probably.
Yes, one. Then
So
you, yeah. So here is it. Doesn't mean that you stay in an abusive relationship. It doesn't mean that you become you just keep on taking the some things that are not contributing to you, something wrong, immoral that is happening, something which is against law, even illegal things happening in your surroundings. Yeah, people doing that. But then the space from where you are acting changes. See, so if your example of shoplifting. So one way I find I'm at a shop, I see someone shoplifting something. Now it's my duty to report that person. It's like then, but then it's a choice whether I have compassion for that person, that this person, like they might be in, like giving them some, like that they being empathetic. They might be either going through some mental condition, or they might be going through some difficult situation. They have something that is going on, but then that doesn't mean that I don't report them. But that doesn't mean that I label them and I hit them, I beat them on the spot, or I tell them that you are a bad person or you are such a vicious criminal. Then I report them and I tell them that this person is shoplifting, and bringing it to the notice of appropriate authorities. Make sense, Swan?
Yes, thank you.
Also, when I see that person the next
Hmm.
time, I don't see them as a shoplifter.
Hmm.
It might be like I just see them as, it's I don't label them as a person who always steals, as a thief. And
Hmm.
a given situation, they might have done it to show something to me, to show something, to bring some energy to that place, to the people around. Whatever lessons whoever had to learn, that person did it for his own learning and for the others learning. But that doesn't make him a criminal for lifetime. Someone committing a crime and then tagging them as criminal for lifetime are two different things. Someone lying, my maid comes and she lies to me, but then if I say that she liar, she always lies. Mukta, do you have a question? So these are two different things. Also, when we are in a relationship, we talked about like intimate, when we are into, especially into intimate relationships. Colin Tipping in Radical Forgiveness, he says intimacy, into me you see. Yeah. So into me you see, like, so intimacy is that kind of a close relationship where a person can see through you. They can see the things in you, the parts and parcels of you that you don't want to show to the world. And you are so, you don't like that about you and you don't want to show it to anyone. But then, because that person has come close to you, you are in an intimate relationship with that person. So they would be nevertheless able to see it, and you are in fear. You are afraid that when they see that evil part, that bad parts in me, they would not like me, they would hate me, they would go away from me. There is a fear that starts happening. So when we usually see that when people, we must all have heard this, that honeymoon gets over after 6 months or 1 year of a relationship. That gets over, all that falling in love goes away, right? Because after that period of time, people start fearing. Each one fears that he would see me, and that bad parts of me, they would judge me, they would not like me, and the other person is also seeing this, doing the same thing. And in order to get rid of their own guilt, they start judging each other. They put the blame on another person. Whatever I don't like, I don't want to show in me, I would start they would start mirroring each other. They become mirrors of each other. And then that's where the problems start beginning. Either you love and accept that part in that other person and in yourself, or you choose to like just start fighting and going into that victim consciousness, putting the blame on another person, and like just you the abuse becomes it becomes abusive. Now, in that abusive relationship also, even if it has turned abusive financially, emotionally, physically, sexually, in whatever way, if it has become abusive, the choice that you have is to either take the lesson and the relationship may change, it may alter, or you choose, take the lesson, you forgive that person, and you move on. That means you, even if it means like taking, like divorcing from that person, you divorce yourself. But then there is no hatred left, there is no uh, judgment left, there are no regrets that why did this person, something wrong happen to me, did this person did something wrong to me. They were there to teach me some lessons, they were my teachers, I took the lessons. Now, even if the abuse is still continuing, I forgive them and I now move on. If you don't forgive and you separate with a lot of judgments and hatred, with lot of resentments, the chances are that your next relationship would also give you the same experience. Any questions on that?
Tasneem ji, I have a different question. So, this radical forgiveness that you keep mentioning about, so is it some modality? Or is it based on some book, or what exactly is
Yeah,
it?
yeah, so there's it's a modality. So there's a book also by the same name, Radical Forgiveness, by Colin C. Tipping. Yeah, and they have some techniques. There are 4 to 5 techniques that they have given to practice that radical forgiveness steps. There are 5 steps, basically majorly 5 steps that they have given for forgiveness. And those 5 steps, you can carry on using a worksheet. There is an, like, you listen to some audios, and there are some rituals, there are some letters that you write to release that all those held up emotions and feelings.
Okay, thank you.
I'll read something from this radical the book Radical Forgiveness. So the topic is all relationships are for healing. To be awake means when you are awake, when you are aware, or when you uh, are able to see the divine truth, the spiritual truth behind everything. To be awake means to fully understand how this all works, and how the ego has skillfully used our spiritual intelligence, which is always moving us in the direction of healing and growing, to provide us with people whose role it is to mirror our own projections and repressed self hatred. Only then can we heal the separation within ourselves and become whole. This is the purpose of all relationships. If the true purpose of the relationship has been fulfilled, which is to say, the healing has occurred, the relationship may simply dissolve naturally and peacefully, or it may grow. It may grow to another level. If, on the other hand, the relationship breaks off before the healing has taken place, the parties will likely go off and find another partner with very similar characteristics who will resonate the same issues for them all over again. Many of us do this over and over again, and we can often see the pattern quite clearly when it is pointed out. Then this radical forgiveness, uh, 5 steps process. Actually, there are 20 smaller steps within those 5 major steps. It gives you insight about what is going on, what are your own core negative beliefs that are at play, where you are, what is that guilt in you is that is causing all this to occur in your life. So, any more questions?
Tasneem, I have to take your leave now.
Okay, Vandana.
Thank you so much. It was a wonderful session.
Thank you, Vandana, for your sharings, for your insights, all of that. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Bye bye. What's coming up for others? Mukta, Sandhya, welcome on this call. Anything that is going on in your minds? Anything that you would like to know or talk about? Hi, Adelaide, Molika. Thank you for joining. Adelaide has done the Radical Forgiveness book study, the worksheets. Molika, how about you? So I'm reading again from the book Return to Love, about forgiveness in relationships. Forgiveness takes away what stands between your brother and yourself. A Course in Miracles prides itself on being a practical course with a practical goal, the attainment of inner peace. Forgiveness is the key to inner peace because it is the mental technique by which our thoughts are transformed from fear to love. Our perceptions of other people often become a battleground between the ego's desire to judge and the Holy Spirit's desire to accept people as they are. So, whenever you listen to this, the word Holy Spirit, actually you can think about it as your spiritual intelligence or the divine. The ego is the great fault finder. It seeks out the faults in ourselves and others. The Holy Spirit seeks out our innocence. He sees all of us as we really are, and since we are the perfect creations of God, He loves what He sees. The places in our personality where we tend to deviate from love are not our faults but our wounds. God doesn't want to punish us but to heal us. And that is how He wishes us to view the wounds in other people. So, wherever people are acting like shoplifters and thieves and criminals, murderers, actually, not to see them as people who are committing crimes, but then they have some wounds that need to be healed. They are wounded, and they and that's the same within us as well. Forgiveness is selective remembering. a conscious decision to focus on love and let the rest go. I'll read that again. Forgiveness is selective remembering, a conscious decision to focus on love and let the rest go. But the ego is relentless. It is capable of suspiciousness at best and viciousness at worst. It presents the most subtle and insidious arguments for casting other people out of our hearts. The cornerstone of the ego's teaching is the Son of God is guilty. The cornerstone of the Holy Spirit's teaching is the Son of God is innocent. The miracle worker consciously invites the Holy Spirit to enter into every relationship and deliver us from the temptation to judge and find fault. So, the light workers, the miracle workers, and as Sachin had asked that, like, is radical forgiveness is a modality? So yes, it is, and there is a whole like course, 15 months course that I have undertaken. I'm still like in the process, still 3 more months to go. It's about become like a whole course that we study about how to work with people and to bring that radical forgiveness and all the radical self forgiveness, radical manifestation, transformation, all these things, radical empowerment, how to uh, help people go there, leaving behind their uh, hurts and traumas and resentments, whatever they have gone through, the abuse, the pains that they have gone through, and see, like, go into forgiveness from there. So, the miracle worker consciously invites the Holy Spirit to enter into every relationship and deliver us from the temptation to judge and find fault. And all of that, this is done, it's a very spiritual technique. All of this is done with lot of calling the divine to intervene and something else to take over and create a change over there, for our hearts to heal and change. We ask Him to save us from our tendency to condemn. We ask Him to reveal to us the innocence within others, that we might see it within ourselves. Dear God, I surrender this relationship to you means, dear God, let me see this person through your eyes. In accepting the atonement, we are asking to see as God sees, think as God thinks, love as God loves. We are asking for help in seeing someone's innocence. So, someone asked me a couple of days back that, does God punish us for our sins, for our wrongdoings? And what promptly in, like, somehow it came it fell out of my mouth was that, does God choose that who should be able to smell the fragrance of flowers and feel the cool breeze in the mornings and see the magnificence of dawn when the sun rises, or is it available freely to everyone? So if the God would be that punishing character, that judge in our lives, then probably He would be refraining the goodness, the abundance that is so free flowing in the universe from people whom we say that they are the ones who have sinned, or they have, like, they are criminals, or they are bad people, or they are evils. So there is innocence in everyone, each one of us. Even when you see, if you have seen that series Lucifer or if you have read about Lucifer, or if you know the story of Lucifer, Lucifer was actually, he's an angel. He's also the son of God. The devil who is the protector of, like, who takes care of the hell, who rules the hell, who is the ruler of the hell, the king of the hell, even he is an angel. So there is goodness within all of us, each one of us, each molecule. That is the creation of the divine. We have to just be able to see it, honor it, and then we would be able to see it within ourselves as well. Any more questions? Thank you, Mukta. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, Tasneem.
Where are you from, Mukta?
I'm from Mumbai, Tasneem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to see you on the call. Probably we are interacting for the first time. I don't know.
Actually, no, maybe some years back, I have attended one of your sessions
Okay.
online. Yeah.
Okay.
And today it so happened that I was, read this context and I said, let me try and attend. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hello, Sandhya. So I would like mm, uh, invite all of you to read the book Radical Forgiveness, read some of the like book study groups, or come for a Radical Forgiveness session. Experience a session when you go through it with a coach. There are a number of coaches available. You can go through to the website, you can find them. And like I'm one of the coaches of Radical Forgiveness. It has helped me a lot to bring allowance in many of the situations and relationships in my life. So I had been reading, I was aware of all these concepts, but practically applying them, it was a different story. So, knowing something and being able to practice it and apply it are two different things. But then the real change happens, that peace comes within when you are able to actually practice it, when you are able to spot it. And it has created so much like peace in my world, being able to see the perfection in every situation, however harsh, however bad it may seem. But then I know that there is something good that is going to come out of it. There is something that the universe is trying to show me that I need to learn, and this is for my higher good. Being able to see that, and being able to see the parts of me that are still calling out, they're crying out to be healed. Yeah. That all those negative beliefs, I'm not good enough, people don't love me, I'm always the last one, yeah, why always me, I'm unlovable. And there are so many of those negative beliefs that are like so inherently built into us, that are running the show, the whole show of our life. When you are able to see them, identify them, and when you are able to change them, when you are able to spot them, that in this situation, this is the negative belief that is causing this situation to occur in a particular way for my life, then there is a kind of freedom that you experience. The peace that you go through is a different level. the changes that you can have with yourself. The relationships are not just with people, the relationship with money, the relationship with your body, with your businesses, so many different things. Yeah, then when you are able to see that the spiritual truth in the situation, and when you are able to heal that part of you, it's a different level of peace, ease, joy that you actually start having in your life. People who have who have appeared to be so grudging, they might be so attacking towards you, they suddenly change their roles. So if someone has any question about any of these things, about radical forgiveness, about this whole part, any of the books that you want to know more about, the courses, anything that I can address right now, otherwise we are good to close this call. Okay, so I presume no questions anymore. So thank you everyone for joining in. Please reach out if there is an area in your life that needs some light and healing, and if there is something I can help you with, I would be happy to contribute. Thank you for joining. Bye bye. Have a
Thank
wonderful
you.
week ahead.
Thank you. Thank you.